Hello, everyone. Welcome to So Dramatic, where we're bringing fantastic ideas to life. I've come on here to post an update about the spring cloak I'm working on. Here you can see that I'm cutting out the pieces of the main cloak body, and one of the things that I want to do is put just the back piece together and have the front panel pieces just separate for now so that I can do the surface designs that I'm trying to do on those pieces. I think it'll be a lot easier to do that before I put it together, and I'm allowing space on the top and the bottom for hems and for seams. Once the whole thing is cut out, of course, I'm marking off the darts, and I'm also marking off some extra places that I made for the armholes. This pattern doesn't actually have armholes built into it, so I needed to add some after the fact. So here is the math I've been using. Aside from hems and seam allowances on the top, I have 30 inches to work with in the in-between. So I've marked off 3 10-inch sections, with the middle section actually being 12 inches and overlapping 1 inch into the 2 sections. So that middle section is going to be the air of butterflies, and the upper section will be clouds. The bottom section is where I'm going to put my flower motifs. So the first one I'm working on here, I've started with some loop stitches at the bottom just to give a nice base for the stems to spring from. And now I'm doing some chain stitching. It's actually pretty fast and easy to do. I really enjoy doing it, and it's a quick stitch that looks super sharp. It is in green, a darker green, but I feel like the stems and the leaves should be in green, and I'm wanting the flowers to really pop on the surface of this. Originally, I thought that I was going to cover the entire bottom in flowers and moss, and it was just going to be a big glorious mess. However, I've decided to go with a more medieval looking kind of thing. So there will be 5 groups of strawberries, 1 on the back, 2 on the sides, and 2 in the fronts on either side of the opening. And then the marigold bunches will be in between all the strawberries and smaller. That way it has a nice cohesive look, and as my husband pointed out, it won't be as heavy, because this thing is going to be heavy. It's probably not going to flutter in the wind. However, I still think it will be really cool. With this idea, I've decided, instead of doing applique clouds like I was going to and just stitching the whole thing right over the green, what I'm going to do is just do outlines of the clouds and add some beads when I get there. The butterflies are pretty much just going to go on the piece in between the flowers and the clouds without any extra embellishment. Although, having said that, I may use some small butterfly buttons I have in behind and among there, just to add depth and interest to the whole of the piece. I'll lay them out later and see how I feel about that. This entire thing has taken a lot longer than I had expected it to. I actually have no idea when I'm going to complete it, because the embroidery is taking a lot longer, and right now I'm a lot in my garden on nice days, and so I'm not spending as much time on this as I could be, but that's all right. I also have a more or less full-time job, technically part-time, but I'm there 30 hours a week, so and have to clean my house and do various normal things and hang out with friends. So here you can see that I'm using short and long stitches to go inside the leaves. And I've marked with tailor's chalk using a soapstone stick that chalk marks my fabric, so that I can see what is going on and where I'm planning to put the leaves without too much to do about it. I just wanted to mark off the sections that I want to do, and I'm not going to chalk mark anything I'm not working on at the minute. I think that I may do some painting in behind to give it more depth and more interest, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to test it out on a scrap piece and see how I like it with the paint on there. And I'll let you know about that in the next video. Anyway, this is an update of where we're at. I haven't got anything else completed yet. However, we're getting there slowly but surely. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next update. Thanks. Bye.